Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything. So you saw the sun coming up this morning, and my seed starters are doing quite well. It's promising to be hot much of this week, maybe a cool down this time next weekend, but it was 70 degrees here this morning with a little bit of a breeze, so it was nice, but now it's already starting to heat up. I want to show you what's going on here in the high tunnel. And Greg is still working on the big one. The heat and my brother-in-law being sick has kind of stunted some of that progress, but he's back on it, and hopefully we will be up and going in the next couple of weeks so I can get my stuff in the ground. But let me show you what's going on in this high tunnel. Our yellow squash is continuing to prosper, and we have some beautiful tomato plants coming up. Look how big, guys, they're growing just literally in a day. And then our cucumbers also, they are doing fantastic. They're continuing to trellis up. Beautiful, beautiful. Can't wait to start getting some cucumbers off of these. We've missed them the last month or so when we had to bring the other ones down. So you can see we got some things going on. Over here are the tomatoes in the ground. They don't seem to be doing as well as the ones in the raised bed, but we're hoping that they'll snap out of it here and kick in. But this high tunnel, guys, I'm not used to it, is empty. So we're not going to bring any of the wicking tubs back in until the weather starts to cool off. I'll have to go buy some more and get some soil in them so that we can get some more stuff in here. But right now it's still too hot to really put a lot in here. So everything is still outside, and you can see it out there. So Greg has started working on the baseboards yesterday because the ground's a little damp from some rain we got earlier in the week, but you can see he's getting a lot of the bracing up top as well. This is going to be a huge, huge high tunnel, guys. This is the first year, guys, that we've managed to keep petunias alive this long. And these are the ones that Greg started by seed. We'll be doing that again next year, but you can see they're just doing really, really well in spite of this Texas heat. Really enjoying these, and so are the hummingbirds. So here's my kale seed starters. You can see they're getting a little leggy, so sometimes when they get leggy, just go through and run your hand over them to give them a little bit of strength, but then we'll probably be transplanting these sometime this week to a 4-inch pot. So I'm gonna have lots of kale, guys, and here are my onions. I think these are from little weed seeds blowing in the wind. And here is my Swiss chard. So we're going through and thinning out each of these, any place where we have overseed. I just want one plant per pod. And these will probably be transplanted sometime this week too, because we want to get them strong enough to go into the ground as soon as we're ready to go. So these are my cabbages. Looking good, that I transferred last weekend. These are cauliflowers. These are some of the broccolis. The rest are over there on a table, but you can see my little 4-inch pots are doing really well. And finally, my celery is coming up. Guys, this took a long time to germinate, so I'm excited to see that it's finally starting to come up. Wanted to remind y'all to get you a good big batch of bone broth going. I got a organic chicken carcass in there with some celery, bay leaves, onions, carrots, lots of garlic. And we're gonna let this cook with about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of apple cider vinegar. And guys, this is gonna cook for 2 days. And this is gonna be such good immune fighting drink, a hot drink for when you may need it this flu and cold season. We just checked the brisket and the spaghetti sauce. It's coming along really nicely. We want it to go for about another 5 hours. So right now we're rendering down the fat from the brisket that my husband cut out of it. And this is what we're going to use. We'll go ahead and render this down, and we'll put it in a jar and we'll freeze it. And guys, this is what we'll use to help when we go rehydrate that brisket, to give it some of the fat and the flavor that we really enjoy with our brisket sandwiches, because we did cut it up pretty lean. Okay guys, we're finishing up on about 48 hours. I want to show you how this stuff dried. Look there. One big sheet. Let's check our chopped brisket. Very good. So I'm gonna rehydrate some of this and we're gonna see how it does. I think that for sure the spaghetti sauce is ready to go. I want to reconstitute this. Sorry guys, I'm eating. And see how we do. So this is what it looks like, guys, in the bag. We're going to go ahead and put 300cc oxygen absorber in there, and then we're going to rehydrate some of this and see how it did. Okay guys, so we have our spaghetti sauce here. Ooh, it's crunchy. Ooh, too crunchy. And then we have our brisket. So I'm going to add a little bit of hot water to the brisket. And I'm going to add a little bit of hot water to our spaghetti sauce. Ooh, did you see how quick that rehydrated? So, as you saw from earlier in the video, I put some of the fat from the brisket and rendered it out. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more water here to the sauce. But I'm going to add some of our rendered brisket fat for reconstituting. Oops, sorry. Our Texas style chopped brisket. So we're going to let this reconstitute and this reconstitute. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking at this spaghetti sauce and I'm seeing it come right back to its original texture. Maybe just a little bit more to help the mushroom out. Wow. We got a black olive, a tomato, mushroom, a little bit of basil in there. Oh my goodness. I almost, guys, can't believe how this is working out. Holy cow. Look at that. So what we'll do with that rendered fat is I'll put it in an egg crate in little compartments. I'll pop it in the freezer. And then I'll have little rendered fat cubes to add to soups, to beans, or to our chopped brisket. Oh my goodness. That mushroom is starting to look pretty good. So we're going to let this sit just a little bit longer. Hang tight. We've let it sit probably about 5 minutes. It's hot because I put some hot water in there. And we're going to taste our spaghetti sauce first. See how the tomatoes did, the black olives, the mushrooms, bell peppers, my recipe. Wow. That's my sauce. That's my spaghetti sauce. I can't believe it. So that was the mushroom. It reconstituted fantastically. Here's another one. Very hot. Now, can you see my beef? This is my chopped brisket. We put a little bit of that rendered fat in there, which we'll keep on hand for when we want to reconstitute this. Now, we understand that the brisket has kind of a high fat content, and it's not going to last 25 years on the shelf, but you know what? It'll last a couple of years on the shelf. Wow. Oh my goodness. You pop that on a bun with some barbecue sauce. Well guys, it's another success on this Harvest Right freeze dryer. I'm going to sit here and eat. I'll stop. So another great success. We ended up with 4 bags of spaghetti sauce and about 5 bags of chopped brisket. This rendered fat, as we keep it boiling down, and we make little fat cubes in the freezer, is going to enhance this. It's going to help us to enjoy our Texas style barbecue whenever we want. Wow. So that is the wrap for our brisket and our spaghetti sauce. So we're going to let that Harvest Right freeze dryer cool off for about a day or so, and then we're on to the next chore. So we have done so many meals here lately. We have done ground beef, ground elk, we have done brisket, we have done spaghetti sauce, we have done ham, we have done roast beef. We have already, guys, a multitude of meals ready to eat right now just by adding hot water. We've got potatoes, we've got broccoli and cauliflower, we have green beans, we have corn, we have mixed vegetables, we have chicken, we have steak, we have hamburger patties. These are all the things that we've done in the last month that we have gotten this Harvest Right freeze dryer. Again, we can't be more pleased. I'm going to put a link down in the description so that you can go check it out if it's something you think you and your family want to do. And we appreciate you for checking out our links. And we want to do a shout out for Kristen up at Vermont Adventures in Gardening. Girl, we're praying for you. We know that Henri is coming up your way, and we know he's probably hitting right now. And we're praying for you, and we hope that all else comes out okay. I've got your number. I'll be in touch. You've got my number. Please reach out to me if you need anything. So anyway, guys, success. We are so excited. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend, and stay tuned for some great news coming from Greg and I. See you soon.